Hey everybody, Master Adam Grogan here with 518 Martial Arts, and I want to talk to you about the Winter Cup. 518 Martial Arts runs lots of tournaments throughout the year on our circuit, and we kind of pride ourselves on making each event a little different with its own twist, its own special aspects, so you don't feel like you're going to the same tournament over and over again throughout the year in a different place. We want each one to be a little special. So the Winter Cup was a unique idea. We realize that it's very specialty, it's not seen a lot out there, so we want to make sure you know what it is before you sign up and get yourself involved with it, so you know it's right for you. We realize it's not right for everybody, and by that design, it is a small event, so you should know it's a pretty small event. It's our smallest event we run, and that's why we do this one in January for fun, just to kind of get through winter and challenge ourselves. So the Winter Cup is an all-around event. What the heck does that mean? All of the tournaments we run offer different events. Forms, weapons, fighting, breaking, and at each one of those events, a competitor goes in. They might do 1, 2, 3, 4 events, and in each event, a competitor performs, receives a score, and then is determined and placed to be first, second, third, or fourth place in that event, then receives awards for that event. If I was to compete in forms, weapons, and breaking at another tournament, and I was to do well, I might get an award for forms, an award for weapons, and an award for breaking. At the Winter Cup, the all-around means we want to see who is the best all-around martial artist. It doesn't matter if you're great at forms or great at breaking, we want to see who can do it all the best as possible. So each competitor is placed in a division, and it's the same division that moves through all 3 events: forms, weapons, and breaking. Maybe not in that order though. You do your forms event. Everybody performs their form, and just like any other tournament, they receive a score. The competitors, like any other tournament, are then placed first, second, third, fourth place, on and so forth. They then receive, instead of an award, points. First place is worth points, second place is worth points, etc. That same thing occurs for the next 2 events. Then when all 3 events are completed, we look at who has the highest sum of points. Who did the best overall? Maybe one competitor did first place in forms, but horrible in weapons and breaking. Maybe another competitor was pretty consistent and got second place in all 3 events. We're looking to see who's the best all around, and then we give out the awards, the beautiful cups, the Winter Cups, for the placement across the entire 3 events. Every competitor gets a cup. They're different sizes. First place is the biggest and the biggest cup, and then we have different sizes there, but every competitor gets a cup, and we give out the placement based on your overall. Now, I know that some schools don't do all 3 of those events. Some of my students don't do all 3 of those events. While the idea is to do all 3 of those events, you don't have to do all 3 of those events. You could go out there and not break, or not do weapons if your school doesn't do it. Only thing that means is that you won't get points for that one event. If you do well in the other 2 events, you still could place really well overall. The likelihood that you'll get first place if you don't do one event is pretty low, but you could still, if you do well, place second, third, fourth place in there, and everybody walks away with a cup. So it shouldn't be a deterrent if you don't do all 3, but you should go in realizing that not doing one of those events will affect your overall outcome of points and reduce the likelihood of getting a first place for the entire event. Overall, it's a pretty quick day. As I said, it's a small tournament. Each one of these divisions that I'm talking about is only 4 to 5 people max, so it's a small group of students and competitors that move through all 3 of the events. And once your group is called up, you will do all 3 events in succession. There will be no break in between. You'll go to one ring and do your forms. When that's done, you move to the next ring and do the next event. Then the next event, back to back to back, and then you are done for the day. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out to us. You can reach me at mastergrogan at 518martialarts.com. I'm happy to answer any questions because I know this is a unique idea, but it's a fun, different way to kick off the year. And at the Winter Cup every year, we also announce all of the competitors of the year for the previous year and hand out those awards. So it's an exciting way to kick off the year, celebrate last year's success, kick off this year's, and start earning points for this year. Can't wait to see you guys at the Winter Cup.